everyone. Hey peeps. So today is the first episode of Talks with Talya. I have my amazing friend Cameron right here. We've known each other
Hi, everybody.
since we were like 5.
Yeah.
Kindergarten. We go way back. And today we're gonna sit and our little discussion today is gonna be about dating Italian men.
We got a lot to say about that.
Me and Cameron have both come to find ourselves coming to Italy and seeing mine being half Italian, her boyfriend being full. And so yeah, we're just gonna talk a little bit about like the differences between when you are dating an Italian person, because even though many don't think, and they're like, all right, what's the difference between this and a normal guy? There's a lot. Like, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's we'll get into detail. So first thing, what should we talk about? I think maybe
Maybe their family life.
Family, definitely. So you want to maybe tell a little story
so,
about?
So I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years now, and it was a really big like change to start understanding like how important family is for Italians versus Americans. Like, he wouldn't meet my family at first. Like, it's too soon for that. I don't know how you do it in America, but we don't do that here. And then, like, you know, he puts his mom before everything.
Great.
Yeah.
We love that.
What else? I don't know. What about yours?
I mean, yeah, family's huge. I mean, I think it's also very, like, culturally acceptable here for, 26 is the age of my man's, and yours as well. And I mean, they both still live with their family, which
that
at
was
home,
a big, like...
Yeah, at home, I feel like in the States is kind of looked at as, like, you don't have your life together. Like, that's why you live with your family. That's why you're still, like, depending on your family to, like, help you and support you. But I feel like for Italians, it's more of, like, you stay there until basically you're, like, passed on to another woman.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, you're like, this is where I belong. Like, taking care of you, like, my family, until
and
I
then, like,
go and start one of my own.
You're forced to fill the mom's shoes once you're, like, married.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, you're supposed to wash the clothes, cook, clean, everything.
And I mean, even besides seeing an Italian, I had an Italian father, and my mom was real shook when stuff started happening around the house. They always my dad had this really weird thing about the walls being clean. Like, literally, we couldn't hang anything on the walls because they always had to be, like,
nice and white,
sparkling walls. And my mom was like, dude, what the hell? Like, what is this? And then,
even just the floors being clean.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
My room is not clean unless under the bed is swept. Like, I didn't grow up like that. I'm sorry. I don't have time to lift my mattresses every time I sweep my floor.
Oh, my God. One of the first times that my boyfriend came over to my places and saw my room, he was like, it looks so nice, but there's, like, 2 or 3 things that we need to fix. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, we need to sweep under your bed. And I was like, oh my God. And I have heard about this, like, from you. And, like, my dad has never been like that person. He's always been very particular. Like, the house has to look a certain way, and, it has to be organized, and everything has to be in its place, and everything has to be sparkling. But this shit was ridiculous. I was like, no one looks under the bed.
Exactly,
like,
right? No one's taking their finger, like, dust,
Well, that's not clean now, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What's another thing? Let's see. I think another thing we could definitely talk about is the affection portion of being in a relationship.
PDA.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes I get like a little uncomfortable because of how affectionate Italian men are. Like,
you're mine.
Yeah, like in the sense of like, you're mine. Also, other Italian men being affectionate towards you while you're in the street, like just walking.
Yeah.
That too. Like, I feel like that's something that, like, catcalling is, like, always something as a girl you have to be worried about. But here, I feel like it's a lot more aggressive, especially in Rome.
Definitely.
I feel like people are, like, I walked down to the mall the other day, and, like, some guy was like, ciao, Bella. Like, and I was like, bro, what? Like, no, like, I don't know who you're trying to attract with that, but wrong girls. It ain't me, dude.
Yeah, I always tell people in the States, like, if you're easily...
triggered.
If you easily feel sexually harassed as a female, like, don't go to Italy. It's not the place for you.
It's gonna be a rough
I've just
road.
learned over the past 3 years that I've been here to just
horse gliders. What are they?
Horse blinders.
Gliders, for show. Yes. But possessiveness is also a thing, like
yes, jealousy.
having the jealousy portion of being like, you're mine and you're no one else's. Like, it's very very ingrained into
Which
their
I mean
heads.
is nice. You know that they care, like, a
Yeah,
lot,
no,
but
no,
sometimes you're like,
definitely.
all right,
It's
chill.
also funny because then you have like the Italian men who, you know, are little Casanovas and are like dating like 6 girls at a time, and they have all this loyalty and faith like to like 3 girls, and you're like,
Yeah.
how is this even possible? Like, how?
Yeah. Well, they're making you be loyal as hell to
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
but
yeah.
then while they're like seeing all these girls at the same time, like double
Bastards.
standard. You love it.
What's
was
another
another
big
one we
portion?
said.
Yeah, what was it? We talked about cleanliness, affection, jealousy. Oh. I guess like being proper, like Italian people like to like properly
yeah.
go on dates and like, you know, like it's not like a Netflix and chill
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like it's a consistent
They'll
like
take you to dinner.
yeah.
And they're very chivalrous.
Chivalrous,
Like,
that's the word I
yes,
was looking for.
like,
Yes.
I will pay for your everything, which I know we live in a society now where that's not asked for. Like,
Yeah.
women can pay too, but
Yeah.
it's nice.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, it's nice as long as it's not like a forceful, like I'm paying
Yeah.
for you, so you're going home with me, which
Yeah.
is like a problem obviously nowadays. When guys like assume like, oh, I'm buying you a drink, so you're gonna come back to my place. Like, that's like obviously the last thing.
But
And-
they don't do that. It's
Exactly.
just because they feel like they should.
Yeah,
they want
and when I
to.
was first talking to, you know, he who shall not be named, we were just friends and we were going out, and he was like, I want to, like, and he was buying me things like left and right drinks and, you know, like tickets into things and club entries and all this, and I was just like, you know, I always tried to pay because I didn't want the idea that I was
Owe him
having him, like, having like a tab from him, like
Yeah.
basically like he pays for all this, like what do I give in return?
Yeah.
Besides the friendship. And then, you know, I confronted him about it, and I was like, listen, like, I don't want this to be like you always paying for me and then one day being like, so like I'm always paying for you, like why
Yeah.
aren't you giving me something
You didn't
back?
want it to be hold over
And
your
he
head.
completely like shut me down and was like, dude, you're my good friend, like I care about you, I want to take care of you, like sure, there's like a component that like I do like you, but I would never pressure you because of like the
I
things
buy
I'm
things,
buying
yeah.
you. And the same things with like my friends in like the south of Italy. Like when I first met them, they were all buying me drinks left and right, like it was like no big deal, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm gonna like, you know, get with one of you guys or like be with one of you guys, and they're like, no, like this is because you are our friend, we want to take care of you. And I feel like that's what
That happened to me too when I first moved to Naples. I made a group of just guy friends, and they would always buy me coffees and drinks, whatever I wanted. And I was like, I feel bad. And the first thing he said to me was, "Don't worry, girls don't pay with us."
Yeah, that's
Like,
what they.
And we were
when
never
you-
anything like romantic at all, but friends.
Yeah, and it was just like, whoa, like
Yeah.
this is kind of cool. It's different
Yeah.
from the States where it's like, so like you pay in half. So it's like, what?
Yeah. You got it this time. I got it next time.
Perfect. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think if you are ever looking, I mean, obviously, if you're gonna date and you decide to date outside of like what you are, you know, there's different
Yeah.
customs, there's different parts that you have to adjust to, obviously. And it's not just Italian guys, you know, any kind of guy who comes from a different country is gonna come with the way that country is, and you know, their traditions and like how the culture is. But for Italian men specifically, I think if you ever have any questions,
Yeah.
you can find me or Cam here. No, I'm just kidding.
And I mean, it's definitely been the cause of a lot of our fights, like the cultural differences, because things we'll just never see eye to eye on.
Yeah.
And I realized that, and it's definitely made me more open-minded. Like, okay, this is happening because of where he comes from, because
Yeah.
of where I come from. And like, we just have to meet a middle ground on things, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. What you have to do, like, if you're gonna date someone from a different culture, you have to kind of, you know, they're gonna go with your sets of like morals and regulations from like, you know, from the States
Yeah.
of like what you think is how a relationship's gonna go, and then you have to kind of again meet them in the middle and be like, okay, yeah.
But it also makes me defend him too. If like my mom or my friend says, Cameron, he's so jealous, how do you deal with that? I'm like, that's just his culture. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not okaying it, but that's just how he is.
That's
and
just
where
how he
comes
like,
from.
yeah, when he grew, especially because he's from the south of Italy,
Yeah.
correct? In the south of Italy, a lot, like, I believe.
The cultural stereotypes are a lot more like prominent
And
real.
very, like, masculine.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
like, Italian men from the south are very, like,
macho
and like very like protective of their masculinity and like genuinely like want to always be assured that they are the only one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
makes
if you
sense.
give them that, then you're
good.
golden.
Perfect. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining our first episode of Talya Talks. Tune in next week. We'll have an episode talking about, what should I talk about next week? Give me a topic really quick. The importance of studying abroad when you're from the States.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.